Hey, what's going on? My name is Jonathan Enriquez Madrid, and I'm a fourth year PhD student at Indiana University, Bloomington. I would describe the type of researcher that I am as a behavioral ecologist, so seeing how an organism's behavior influences its surroundings in terms of like other species or individuals of the same species. So my upbringing, I would say I had a pretty good upbringing considering, everything. So I grew up in Chimaya, New Mexico, and then I was raised here in Española, New Mexico. So we moved to Española, I think when I was like in fourth grade, and then I've lived there since, well, until I turned 24. That's when I went to Indiana. But yeah, we didn't have a lot growing up, but we always had enough. You know what I mean? We've always lived like in hood areas, like we're in the hood right now, so but yeah. What values have I learned from growing up, from my upbringing? I would say just perseverance. You know what I mean? Perseverance. You gotta be tough. You gotta be hard. Like growing up this way, growing up in a certain way. Like I mean, like there's not really like much opportunities growing up here in Spania. So yeah, you gotta be tough, man. You gotta be smart, street smart. You gotta like, yeah, I guess just have like a good head on your shoulders so you don't get with like the wrong crowd, because there's like a lot of like drug abuse around here, a lot of poverty, a lot of, yeah, just a lot of things that can like growing up that could stray you the wrong way and you could end up dead or in prison, because there's like a lot of people, like looking at it back now, like there's, I would say, a good amount of people that I went to school with that ended up like, that have been in prison or are in jail or like are dead. So yeah, you just gotta be careful, man. You gotta be smart. Hardships and challenges that I've gone through. I would say, well, there's a lot, but like I don't wanna say too much. But I would say, I don't know, man. It's just like keeping hope. You know what I'm saying? Keeping like a positive attitude, because like when you're surrounded by like violence, drug abuse, gangs, stuff like that, like where there's like no opportunities around, like that shapes you as who you are, shapes you, and yeah, it influences in who you become. So like having that positive mindset, or like knowing that everything's gonna be okay, like I would say that's one message or lesson that I've learned, like growing up the way I did. Because like I never thought like I was gonna go to college, much less be in a PhD program. Because like my parents, like they never graduated high school. They both dropped out of high school. They were poor back in Mexico, and here like I don't want to say we're poor, because like there's definitely people that I've met that are way poorer than us. Like we always had food, but like we also like lived off food stamps for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And like right now, like my mom's currently living like in a hood part, so like we live here in a trailer park. That's like where this is taking place at this interview. But yeah, just I don't know, just I guess like being delusional, I guess. Because if you ask a kid like from the hood, like growing up, like whether like where they don't have money, where the education isn't the best, and where there's like low opportunities, if you tell them like, hey, like you can do this and you can do that, it's kind of hard to like believe that like in your heart, because you look around and you see like all the difficulties around, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I guess like growing up in this sort of environment, I guess it makes you delusional to a certain point, like in thinking that, hey, you know what, like regardless of my surroundings, I can like still do this. And it's not a bad thing, right? Like because of that like delusion, like I was able to get out and pursue my dreams and do something positive with my life, when there's been, yeah, like I said, like people like from school that have gone like a different route. So yeah. What's one of the sketchiest things that's happened to me here, or like in the way I grew up? Um, there's a number of them, but I'll stick to, I guess, like a PG-13 one. But there was one time, well, I guess that happened twice. So like I guess like right now, like my mom lives like in a trailer park here in Spania, and I guess before we moved in, which was when I was like in fourth grade, uh, I guess there was like a drug lord that lived in this trailer. And one day when I want to say I was a junior, I was either a junior or a senior in high school, We were leaving in the morning because mom was gonna take us to school, because she would sometimes we would ride the bus, but other times she would just drive us. But she was gonna drive us that morning, and I remember I was locking the door, and then I turn around and I see 7 policemen with like assault rifles and shotguns, and they're all like vested up, so like bulletproof vests. There's like 7 of them, and like they're ready to go to war, and they're like coming up our stairs because we have a porch. And I turn around, and one of them is like trying to like open the porch door, and I'm like, and this is me like as a junior in high school. And I'm like, shit, like, what's going on? And then my mom turns around, she's like, hey, what's going on? What are you guys doing here? This is like private property, da 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 da. And then the cops like, yeah, we're here because there's like a drug lord that lives in this house, and we're here to like apprehend him and all that. And then like the cop showed us, like, my mom, like a picture of the dude. He was just like a Mexican looking dude. Like, I'm Mexican, like he looked like he could be my uncle, but he wasn't. Like, he was just some like random guy. But yeah, I guess like before we moved in, he like lived here in this trailer park, and yeah, they were gonna come and get him. But my mom was like able to like convince him that like he wasn't like living in the building. So yeah, that was like one time. And that happened another time, but like, I'll save that story for another time. How would I want to impact the world? Honestly, man, just I guess just like with my life, I would want my life, my story to be inspirational to people that grew up like me, you know what I'm saying? Because like I never thought I'd be on the path I am today. And there's like a lot of people where I'm from, and even different places like where there are like, hood areas where they're going like through the same things I did when I was young, where there's like there's no opportunities, they're surrounded by violence, by drugs. And I want my life to show them that, hey, like if I can do it, like you can do it too. And I ain't shit, bro. Like I was never the smartest kid in class. I was never anything. I was just a regular guy that they worked hard and that had people around him to help him out. So yeah, I would want the way that I make an impact in my community and in the world would be to help people that are growing up like me or that grew up like me, to show them that, hey, like regardless of your circumstances, and it's hard, like I know it's hard because I grew up in certain circumstances, regardless of those circumstances, like there is a way out. And yeah, like you can do it. Like it's not gonna be easy, but there is a way out. What advice would I give to someone that's going through something that I went through? I would say, yeah, just keep going. Just keep going. I know it's hard, but keep going. Have a good team around you, have good people around you. Like I would say, I had some pretty good role models that helped me out when I was growing up, that steered me in the right direction, that yeah, showed me like possibilities and opportunities. But yeah, I would say keep going. Like yeah, work hard, keep going, and have a good team of people around you that can guide you and push you when you don't think you can keep going. So yeah.